Hey guys, here's something you probably didn't know about me. I fucking hate dance music. I hate it in all its grinning, computerised, buzzing, talentless hackery. Gone are the days of the Bee Gees and Parliament Funkadelic. Now we have to dance to the musical equivalent of HAL dying at the end of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage.
There doesn't seem to be a bar or party anywhere these days that doesn't have a playlist full of grating dance beats anymore. And you always know the jackass that calls himself a DJ is running out of ideas whenever he puts on party classics such as the Macarena, Cotton Eye Joe and the Cha-Cha Slide. The fucking Cha-Cha Slide. I couldn't walk down a hallway in high school without some cretin blaring that out of his ridiculously tiny phone. All this is not to mention the genre's hip-hop-like tendency towards sampling classic songs, and even then all they tend to do is just rip out the chorus and repeat it about 5 million times. Such as Call On Me, which is just a repetition of half the chorus from Steve Winwood's Valerie, or Sunshine, which repeats the unintelligible babbling from Dream Academy's Life in a Northern Town. And of course, every time a new one comes out, it cakes the airwaves like shit on a prison cell wall, sears itself into your psyche, and makes you want to get into a B-17 bomber to coat the earth in mustard gas to end the human race as agonisingly as possible. And whilst my court case, The World versus Me, is still pending, I would like to take this opportunity to say that, well, occasionally something different shows up that shines through like a welcome ray of sunlight. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the coolest man in popular music since Robert Palmer.
I'm Sai from Korea, how are you?
What did he do, you ask? Well, he did this.
Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Oppan Gangnam Style.
Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he's probably gone insane or he's sold out or something like that. But no, really, I have very good reasons. Good reasons, I do. But also know this. I tried so hard to hate this. I had myself tortured while listening to this. I sat and watched an entire season of The Big Bang Theory while listening to it, all in an attempt to drum up the appropriate negative associations like Beethoven's Ninth in A Clockwork Orange. I even looked at Piers Morgan while listening to it. Like, looked at him! Right at him! With no protective goggles or anything! And still nothing! Also, I need a new computer monitor. But then I realised I shouldn't try to hate it. I have perfectly legitimate reasons for liking this. 3 in fact. And here they are. Number 1, it doesn't take itself seriously. I know this is an obvious one, but techno and dance music has taken itself way too seriously for far too long. I know that sounds elitist of me, but let's face it, you're programming sounds into a device and the device is playing them for you. I mean, I know that requires a certain level of skill in and of itself, but really, you haven't accomplished much. This, on the other hand, knows it's silly and revels in it. In other words, it's Asian. Which brings me to my next point. Number 2, it's just insane enough to be completely awesome. If you haven't seen the video yet, I urge you to watch it all the way through. You may notice that none of the images bear any logical relationship to one another. So what, right? It's a music video, right? Well, you see, most music videos tend to have some kind of a motif or logical progression that makes overall sense. This, on the other hand, has no logical pattern to it other than its utter insanity. It's the music video equivalent of a cross-country murder spree. One moment we're shown a guy with a couple of ladies getting fake snow blown in their faces, the next we're treated to a guy in a bright yellow shirt hip thrusting in an elevator. And hey, why not just throw in a shot of the guy rapping whilst taking a shit? I mean, this is the internet, I might as well cover all bases. The video and song is so off its meds that it somehow manages to be utterly riveting. Now, I did see a criticism by a couple of guys called Matt Buchanan and Scott Ellis of the Sydney Morning Herald who said, "It makes no sense whatsoever to most Western eyes, and makes you wonder if you've accidentally taken someone else's medication." I know, right? We need more music videos like this. I mean, think about it. Would you rather watch another standard Battleship Grace serious music video starring some warbling Mariah Carey impersonator, or would you rather have a brightly coloured extravaganza of crazy brought to you by a man in a gaudy suit and bow tie, dancing ridiculously in a dynamic attempt to entertain you, the viewer? Well, go on, I'm waiting. Number 3, it just doesn't give a shit. Well, maybe 1. Look, I know this is the point and laugh show, but come on. How could anyone possibly make fun of this guy? I bet even if you tried, he'd just shrug and go back to riding an invisible... I mean, compare it to the Cha-Cha Slide video. Everyone there just looks awkward and uncomfortable, as if they know that from then on, every single time they show their face in public, they're going to hear the words, "Hey, weren't you in that lame DJ Casper video?" right before being punched in the throat. And yes, my court case, Cha-Cha Slide backup dancer number 3 versus me is still pending, but come on, look at this guy. He's riding an invisible horse. He clearly doesn't give one single tiny suit jacket and bow tie wearing shit about what you think of him. And neither should you for liking him. Now, if you excuse me, the bailiffs are here to take me to my trials, and don't worry, next time I'll get back to making fun of gay-hating bigots. And don't worry, next time I'll get back to making fun of gay-hating bigots.